Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rangers Respite. Today is Monday, and I'm starting something new. So, uh, my friend Randall Jenk, better known for Off Topic Whiskey, formerly the Whiskey Shaman, um, he and I exchanged some samples, and he gave me a box of blind samples. So, I decided that I was going to turn this into content because I need more stuff to do. So for the foreseeable future, on Mondays, I'm going to be doing a blind sample out of this box. I'm going to treat it the way I would a sample from Germ from Freedom Malts Blind Sample Showdown. I have one of the sheets for that here. Basically, the categories are generic category, generic ABV, generic casking, specific category, specific ABV, specific casking, and then exact distillery and exact bottling. Do I expect to get points on these? No, I expect to get 0 points. This is my chance to score 0 total points because I have thus far failed to do so in the Blind Sample Showdown. By the way, on April 1st, Wednesday, you can tune in to Germ's channel, Single Malt, or Single Frontier, no, Freedom Malts, to watch me lose to the person who knocked Doug out, my co-host on the Single Malt Frontier, in the last round. So, all that out of the way, let's get into this box. This is a great box, by the way. It's sealed envelope. And sample number 1. I'm just going to close this blind box up again. So anyway, after I've done 4 of these, I'm going to do a video with Randall where I'm going to tuck into the final sample and give him my guesses, and we're going to do a reveal. And then I'm going to give him probably the same box, but different samples, blind, for him to try. Now, let me just figure out which of the glasses I brought over here are clean. Ooh. I may not have brought a clean glass. I'm resuming the recording. I did bring up clean glasses. Put them over there while I gathered the box. So, just got to unseal this mystery sample. It is sealed well. This is number 1. I'm going to pour a little bit into my glass. Ooh, it's a nice color. That's always a good sign. It is, of course, Napoleon Classic, me using my big pale forehead as a backdrop for determining color. Ooh, this is interesting. On the notes, there's some definite like rice spice notes, a little bit of aniseed, a little bit of like herbaceousness, a little bit of like vegetal note, but also plenty of caramel. This could be a high rye bourbon. A little bit of menthalness. A little bit proofy, just a little bit proofy. The finish is a little bit menthol, a little bit mint. Ooh. Okay. So let's go through this. So for generic category, I think that this is rye whiskey. For generic ABV, I think this is about 115 proof, so about 57.5 ABV. Generic casking, this is 100% new oak. I'm writing all this down, taking notes. For specific category, I'm thinking, and I swear this is way easier to do without the pressure of like a live audience and somebody who is kind of conceptually across the table from me also doing the same thing. I know it's weird because we're not in the same place, but I swear this is way easier without an audience. It helps if you swallow it all before you try to take a breath. Whew. Okay, I'm going to do something weird. So, I think it is for a specific category, straight rye whiskey. For specific ABV proof, I'm going to stick with my guns. For casking, I'm going to take a little bit of a curveball. This is going to sound a little bit weird, but stick with me. There's a little bit of light sweetness in here, like almost caramelly, but there's some light sweetness in here. So I'm going to go for generic. I'm going new and used. I haven't locked it all down, so I can do that. For specific casking, I'm going to say new oak and X apple brandy. And then we get into so exact distillery and exact bottle. So for distillery, and I promise this isn't just because it's sitting right beside me. The reason why I peeked over there is because I had this thought. For exact distillery, New York Distilling Company. And for specific bottling, I'm going with Lost Lantern Opulent Orchard. Oh, sorry, Germ. Opulent Orchard. Because that would account for some of that sweetness, the light caramel notes that I was getting early on the nose. And it being a rye would account for those spices, the herbaceousness, and the light menthol note. I'm probably way off, but if I get it, I'll be really impressed with myself. Really quick before we wrap this up, if you enjoy watching these videos, you'd like to support me in a more material sense than just liking, commenting, and subscribing. And make no mistake, that helps me immeasurably. Your interaction with these videos helps me because it pushes it up in the algorithm. It makes YouTube think that these videos are worth watching. But if you'd like to support me more monetarily, I sell these ballpoint twist pens and these rollerball pens. Those specifically are turned from a piece of French oak ex-cognac cask, or that cask held cognac for 45 years before being used to finish a peated American single malt whiskey in the Pacific Northwest. If you know, you know. As always, it's great to have you guys here. There's going to be a link down below to Off Topic Whiskey and to Three Guys One Grain. Randall is one of those three guys. I don't think that they've had the grain on the podcast yet, but I hear that they're working on it. And Off Topic Whiskey is, of course, Randall's channel. He does lots of interesting interviews and genuinely one of the most interesting people that you will hear speak about whiskey, and just a really interesting person to listen to, has unique viewpoints, and does a really good job of communicating information about whiskey and the culture around whiskey itself. With all that said, just real quick, I always ask and answer three questions. One, do I enjoy this whiskey? Yeah, if this is what I think it is, I mean, even if it isn't, I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. Do I think it's a good value? If it is what I think it is, yes. Do I recommend it? If it is what I think it is, yes. I mean, even if it isn't, yeah, I kind of recommend it. This definitely screams rye to me, but that just might be my mindset and the fact that I put it in a Catoctin Creek glass. With all of that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Until Wednesday, stay happy, stay geeks, Slanja.